was not with Amaechi. Amaechi didn't bring me to be governor. With due respect. I was the one that led the work for Amaechi to be governor. With due respect. In 2007, yes. I know that well. Even making me a minister, he went back to National Assembly to disqualify me through SSS, yes. Did he bring me to be governor in 2015? He fought me, even as a minister.
By the time I knew who he was, I had already appointed my chief of staff. So what I had to do was to manage him. And I did. You can ask anybody. In fact, the things I heard he did behind me, if I had it as a governor, I would have removed him as a chief of staff. For reasons of corruption, violence, and all that, I had to barely manage him. Our chairman of party, Chief Ake, was always on me, say, manage him. They must not know that there's a disagreement in government. And everybody knew that I was just managing him.
He is loud, he is bold, and he does not back down. Love him or hate him, Nyesom Wike has redefined what it means to go to war in Nigerian politics. From fighting his godfather to battling his own political party. This is the untold story of Nyesom Wike's political wars. Wike began as chairman of Obiakpo local government area, a suburb of Port Harcourt in Rivers State. He was young, ambitious, and fiercely loyal. Rotimi Amaechi, then governor, brought him into the inner circle, appointing him as chief of staff, a role that gave Wike a seat at the highest tables of power in Rivers State. But behind closed doors, tension simmered.
I had to barely manage him. Our chairman of party, Chief Ake, was always on me, say, manage him. They must not know that there's a disagreement in government.
In 2013, the People's Democratic Party, the ruling party at the time in Rivers State, was fractured. Governor Rotimi Amaechi, in a dramatic twist, defected to the All Progressives Congress, the APC, taking much of the Rivers State political machinery with him. But Wike stayed. He called Amaechi's defection treachery, a betrayal not only of the PDP but of the South-South region and President Goodluck Jonathan. The split was ideological, it was strategic, but above all, it was deeply personal. In 2015, Wike ran for governor. The APC, both at the state and at the federal level, threw everything it had at him. Amaechi was now Minister of Transportation and worked overtime to unseat him. But Wike fought back. The campaign was marked by violence, court cases, and bitter propaganda.
What Nyesom Wike is desperately fighting for is immunity. And by God's grace, he will not get immunity. He will not. Because he has to answer for all the deaths in Omoko. He has to answer who killed the people they killed in Omoko. Who killed the two persons they killed in my local government area on Saturday 28th. I visited the parents of the young men, and they were all weeping. So Nyesom Wike wants to be alive, but does not want others to live.
When Wike emerged victorious, he didn't just win an election. He declared political war on Amaechi and anyone aligned with him. This was no longer about ideology. This was a battle for the soul of Rivers State. As Wike entrenched himself as governor, his influence in the PDP skyrockets. While others lost elections, he retained power. While others defected, he stayed. And the PDP, as a political party, depended on him. In 2015, when the PDP lost power to the APC, Wike was the first to sound the alarm. He accused the then chairman, Adamu Muazu, of betraying Jonathan. He sold us out. Wike turned out at the rally in Port Harcourt. Within weeks, Muazu was gone. But the crack in the People's Democratic Party's foundation would only deepen from here. In 2017, the party descended into full-blown chaos. Former Borno State Governor Ali Modu Sharif was controversially installed as the national chairman of the party. Wike initially supported him, but soon accused him of plotting to hijack the PDP and hand it to the APC. A court battle followed. Factions emerged. At one point, two PDP headquarters existed, each claiming legitimacy to the throne. Wike fought, funded, and outsmarted his opponents. The Supreme Court ruled in his favor. He had once again saved the PDP, or so it seemed. But the most demanding crisis was yet to come. Wike had the structure, the money, the loyalty of state governors. he stood to be the party's flag bearer. But on the day of the convention, things shifted.
By the power vested on me as the Chief Returning Officer of the 2022 Presidential Electoral Committee, I, Senator David Alechenu Bonaventure Mark, GCON, hereby return Atiku Abubakar, having scored the highest number of valid votes during the presidential primary election held on Saturday, May the 28th, 2022 at the Velodrome Complex, Abuja, FCT, as the winner of the election. He is hereby returned elected.
Atiku Abubakar emerged as the winner. With last-minute support from Governor Tambuwal, Wike felt betrayed twice. First by Tambuwal, then when Atiku Abubakar picked Ifeanyi Okowa as his running mate, snubbing Wike once again. What followed was a revolt. Wike refused to back Atiku. He demanded the resignation of PDP chairman Iyorchia Ayu, citing a broken promise that a northerner would not hold both the presidential ticket and the party chairmanship. Ayu refused. Atiku as well refused. So Wike formed the G5 governors, a coalition of southern PDP governors who boycotted the campaign entirely, softly supporting the presidential ticket of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. By the time the 2023 election came, the PDP was fractured beyond repair, and Wike, once the party's most powerful defender, had become his dangerous and notorious critic.
So if you are using us, and then you go and do what you are doing, the election day, you see how it works. You see how it works in the election day. Remember, I hope you are here. Remember, I hope you are here. Don't take our votes for granted. Not one now you come to my house to start crying. Don't take our votes for granted. Anything can happen at any time.
After 8 years in power, Wike stepped aside. His chosen successor, Siminalayi Fubara, a technocrat, a former accountant general, and was expected to hold the fort. What Wike expected was obedience, but what he got was resistance. At first, all seemed well, but beyond the curtains, a storm was brewing. Fubara began reversing key decisions, replacing loyalists and refusing others. From Nyesom Wike in October of 2023, the State House of Assembly, controlled by Nyesom Wike's loyalists, moved to impeach Fubara.
Distinguished colleagues, this letter is from the Deputy Speaker, as I said earlier, and in line with the Constitution, I have read the letter on the floor of this House. It is the duty of this House to find out whether the conditions upon which this defection is made is sufficient.
What followed was political madness. Fubara survived, but the message was clear. The Godfather was at war with his creation. President Tinubu intervened. A peace deal was signed, but peace in Rivers politics is often just a pause between battles. At the same time, Wike's rift with Rivers State political elders deepened. Men like Abi Sikibo, Austin Opera, and Celestine Omeha, once allies, now openly criticize his leadership. They accused him of disrespect, of authoritarianism, of erasing the legacy of others to install his own. They say Wike silenced opposition, controlled local councils, and turned Rivers State into a one-man show. Wike at the time denied these claims, but the pattern persists as Fubara pushed back. An elder speaks out. Wike finds himself in a rare position, not as the king, but as a kingmaker, losing control. Then the federal government stepped in with an emergency rule in Rivers State, a move many Nigerians strongly opposed. If you want to learn more about the emergency rule in Rivers State, there is a video already existing on this channel, and here's the link at the top right corner of your screen. Nyesom Wike is a man of contradictions, a builder of roads, flyovers and mega projects, a fierce protector of the South, as he claims, yet now a minister in an APC-led government and still a member of the PDP, but one who helped tear it down, a godfather to Fubara, now his chief antagonist. He is admired, feared, praised and criticized in equal measure. And yet, one thing is undeniable: Nyesom Wike is not done. His journey from the dusty council chair of Obiakpo to the power corridor of Abuja is still unfolding. In Rivers State, in the PDP, and in Nigeria as a whole, Wike remains a force. But forces, no matter how powerful, must learn when to lead and when to let go. Because in politics, as in life, power does not forgive, and history never forgets. Thank you so much for watching this very video on Frank Speaks. If you found this video compelling, do well to drop a comment on what you make of the different political crises that Nyesom Wike has fought and still fighting as a minister of the FCT under the leadership of President Bola Tinubu at the federal level. And as well, do subscribe to this YouTube channel. And once again, thank you for watching.